You have so much crowd control from the side of BLG. We need to see them play early in this game. Whereas for Invictus Gaming, I mean, you have point-and-click stuns, right, with this Pantheon. At any time, you can just find CC. You can layer that with the Leona ult as well. Maybe another jungle camp before he's going to be near this. And that'll just mean that BLG, they're going to use this priority. They said this bottom lane is now away. That's the first dragon of the game and potentially a dive as the Shy has to use the ultimate. The Equalizer tearing down this minion wave and preventing the dive. Coming on through. We'll have to save some of our comments and reservations right now. Making a play, but it's on. He has no ultimate. He's level 5. They're trading a lot, and that was so much invested. Fate's Call is going to pull him out of the curtain call, and there's a fight around these grubs. Oh. 2 grubs already going over to BLG. Rookie has now used the command Shockwave to try to stop the rest of BLG from walking on through. This is a messy fight. There are skill shots flying everywhere. Nobody goes down, and BLG will get a majority of the grubs here.
A double Shockwave from Rookie isn't able to amount to anything, and the only real summoner spells expended here are Mako's Flash. Slowly here, Alk. Just a couple of advantages that BLG are picking up. They get another kill.
Oh, and there it is. It's going to be first blood going over to Elk and on. Mental advantages.
Yeah, they're playing very heavily for these neutrals, and Bin now's the one under fire. Mako, JJ, a lot of point and click.
Okay, teleport is invested. It's Knight going to be there first. Public execution to dodge out on the solar flare. Mako potentially going down next. It's the flash from Knight. It's the winds of war that blow away IG and bring themselves to another kill for Bilibili.
Yeah, and IG just getting a little too big for their britches here. As soon as they see that TP come through, they have to disengage, but they're caught in 2 minds. And they're going to go again. TP just to the top side now by Bin.
Hey, they said, look, if Knight's gonna stay here, then hell, we'll just take a second one if we want to. The first dive may have not worked, but now the dragon spawns. You know that Bin has teleported away.
H1? He just keep his verdicted nothing.
Oh no, well that's an important ultimate. That is also the teleport coming in from the Shy. The ultimate, the Grand Starfall, flies forward on, hits nothing with the Pot Blossom. Elk is roasted alive. The curtain call is coming on through. Can BLG fight outside of this dragon pit? They'll finally be able to grab themselves the feats of warfare.
Nobody's got smite.
Nobody's got smite. JJ's gonna just straight up take the dragon, and BLG are gonna fight their way out. Finally, after this objective has fallen, it is multiple kills. It is as sloppy as possible, but this is exactly what we expect from BLG versus IG.
I don't even know what happened in that team fight. Alk, there was just a lot of pretty colours, and now On's just killed himself to walk up to Root Gala. Bin flashes forward. And this is the craziness of the LPL. In game number 1 of our best of 5, I think IG... Okay, cool. Youmuu's Q flash from Elk takes down Gala. He's annoyed that he got killed off the rip with no contributions in that final fight
as well. Okay, we're coming back to live. Patron's going to send this engage, snap him into the wall. Keeper's Verdict lands this time. JJ is not going to be as lucky. Another kill goes over to Elk, and we have to imagine Mako is next to fall. 2 kills for free coming in for BLG as they grab themselves the Herald as well.
Yeah, taking topside objectives up against the Poppy on blue side, not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, and IG find that one out the hard way as they lose their support and jungler for stepping into that Rift Herald pit. Beige1 on a pink ward, doesn't care, going to take this down quite nicely, and that's going to be a pretty big boost for BLG again. Now up to 3,500 gold is their advantage at the exact time that their composition is going to start spiking.
Working now, and we're really starting to snowball the rest of this game. On's going to get a little bit of damage down, but they're going to turn this right back on to JJ. The entrance from Knight gets immediately countered by a shockwave from Rookie, but it is more members of IG falling. Rookie is going to be the last one to go, and they thought they were turning on to BLG. Well, guess what? BLG make a snap play. They take down Rookie. They also summon the Rift Herald. Everything is going Bilibili's way in this game number 1.
And that's the exact fight that BLG needed. It was handed to them.
Really good. They're a team that's supposed to take this a little slower, play the side lanes a little bit better than your opponents, and that has just not been the case here. Feels like they are getting sucked in to try to find fights versus their opponents, and BLG are saying, sure, man, give us the freebies. We will take those.
Yeah.
You're walking straight into us.
It's right, look to commit to that engage with the Pantheon, with the Leona as well. But it's about doing that legwork to begin with. It's about finding those harpoons that can break Edge of Night. It's about finding the Solar Flare that can force a cleanse from Elk before an objective really starts.
Be up and available in 3 minutes time. IG need to get creative, and they need to be able to stabilize this game.
Ooh.
Mako just dodging out, finally gets caught by a public execution, but you may have walked a little too far onto your red side jungle. Full snap engage comes out, 2 picks easily going over to BLG.
And that's not just now complete control over the bot side, that's Atakan as well that's going to be picked up single-handedly. He's moving up to this top side where Rookie, even with Phase Rush, is going to be in trouble.
Bye-bye. All right, Tangle Barbs lands. He's trying to walk down. What are we doing, Rookie brother? We're getting spaced by On. Doesn't land it. No Deadly Flourish. On. Laugh at him. Spam the emotes on this guy to get raised.
Yeah, a really good set of sidesteps here from NiKo, just making sure that On's exactly where he needs to be, and more importantly, kind of flexing on Rookie, forcing the flash out of the Orianna is again incredibly important, and this is why I was sort of speaking about the weakness of the Orianna at the moment, right? This is Seraph's being finished, yes, great, but that's not a damage item. It's very much geared toward keeping you safe. The Void Staff coming through again, don't get me wrong. A great item, but it's still not even finished. It's top jungle, 2 levels for the mid laners. Like, overall, having an 8-level lead across the team is an insane amount of value. That's another 4,000 gold worth of stats.
2 grubs on their side.
Yeah,
Batron is making the route of a century. Finds the engage right onto Mako. He's gone. Bin may have missed out on the public execution, but don't worry, we'll get a complete display of BLG smashing IG here in Game 1.
No doubt. But this probably just ends up being game number 1 quite nicely and neatly, I would say, wrapped up by BLG. Their win condition was win around that 1 to 2 item marker, and now they've hit them 2 items across the board for all 4 topside carries, and off Rookie, who's I thought maybe a little too far forward. These tier 2 turrets are notoriously difficult to defend, so with the Keeper's Verdict sort of threatening, good to see that he holds on to it, because that shortens the cooldown significantly. Maybe have another look at this tier 3 turret and start to break open the base.
Okay, oh, well, Bin, public execution misses again. A shockwave that lands onto him and deals absolutely no damage. Pop Blossom just to stop him. Fade's call to bring him back, and Beitron will find that kill. The Shy's knocked back to his base. You're going to have pure spectator tickets to watch your Nexus go down. Another kill here for BLG. The inhibitor soon to fall. BLG look like they can do no wrong. They can chase him under their Nexus turrets, and it is just child's play for them.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of speaks to how far ahead they are. The fact that Knight is flashing in under double Nexus turrets and still doesn't go down. That's probably going to be game 1 here, Rookie and the Shy, with a last-ditch effort.
And BLG, we had questions if this was going to be as close as it looked during the regular season. They're going to take a single Nexus turret. They're going to play time.
It gives IG a much better chance at fighting on this Soul, whereas JJ, who's just been caught again, just going to give them another fight.
Everybody's fighting. We got to fight on 2 fronts. But hey, you can try to split apart all of these games. Every single one of these fights, they will finally get this shutdown onto the Mbessa. But the rest of BLG will rout them. On gets the Pop Blossom. It is a triple kill coming in through for Elk and this Lethality Kalista. Beitron says thank you. Next. Let's go on to game number 2. BLG 25-6. Absolutely dominate Invictus Gaming.
And you were right here, Alk. There is no soul spawning. There is no soul being picked up. BLG don't even need the Baron this time round. They're just going to spot IG, who are walking around in their jungle, who, to be honest, are probably also saying, all right, thank you, next. Let's get into game number 2 and maybe put on a bit of a better performance.
All right, well, look, it's a short Keeper's Verdict. It's going to be one where you get to see the back of your base. The rest of BLG, maybe KDA padding here. They'll get a couple more kills to end this one off. But Billy, they strike first, and they strike hot here in game number 1.
Senna farming. She's not the massive DPS late game threat until you get to the hyper late game, and she's got like 750 range, is critting you for 700 every single time. But it's so far away. Well, so we're looking at things that Gala can use cleanse on. you know, there's not a lot there. And I mean, looking at this game in particular as well, it's maybe a stolen away Annie ulti that he's looking to cleanse, maybe a quick chain from Knight that he's looking to cleanse, but overall, I don't know that the value of that summoner spell is going to really ring true. Moving around in this river, still catching a little bit extra. For BLG, this is a really big win. A reminder that this composition we favour as we move later on into this game, unless we reach sort of 50-60 minutes and Gala's going crazy on the Senna. For the most part, this IG comp needs to thrive early. They want to find this early burst, and again, maybe around the 1 to 2 item spike, similar to what we said for BLG in game number 1. However, BLG start out really strong. They find that first dragon. They're going to get all 3 grubs as well on this top side, and without really any recompense from IG. Walking through the river, maybe look to try and impact that map.
Oh, he has Maiden, he has Trinity Force. The Shy might lose a summoner spell. At the very least, he's going to take a lot of his HP, and that's a snap engage coming in from Invictus Gaming. It is the crash down from On that completely backfires. It's going to be the trade of supports here. And now there is no Anield, no Tibbers available.
JJ, you know, could steal this. We've seen it in times gone by, but currently not valuing the steal of just that second dragon, and a little bit of an early smite from Bechuan, but nothing to be really worried.
Now they have 2 dragons as well. Are IG going to contest ever? It's his first engage. Okay, Cyclone comes down. Gala no flash. Gala almost no HP, but he flashes out. He'll get the heal. And Mako takes half of his as a re-engage coming in from Invictus. How much more can they find? They kick Bechuan into the rest of their waiting arms. It's the crash down, it's the magnet storm, and it is Jeje falling. Mako tries to get out of this play.
Recall timer, it nets them now. This Rift Herald absolutely uncontested, whereas, you know, we probably weren't going to see it contested anyway, and I don't know that this 2v1 down on the bot side is going to be too easy.
Alright, Bin has to flash. I do think with a decimating smash landing here, Bin is probably going to fall. He does make them work for it. It'll be the Feats of Warfare, but the turret goes down, which means the Feats of Strength go over. They get the Herald as well, and this will just be a free turret going over tonight.
Available. It's going to be really tricky once again to get onto Elk, who has Flash, has Arcane Shift. Looking at him underneath his tier 1 turret. Comes through, but now he's Mako in trouble.
Yeah, Mako, we're under the turret, man. Dawning Shadow lands, you have to know. Elk is going to be a player, almost all respectable Ezreal players are going to be able to buffer the hook there. So I think a pretty desperate look. We're only 17 minutes into this game, but it kind of feels like IG are already starting to overreach.
No control over the river. They've got no prio bot lane, no prio mid lane, and maybe a can-do attitude can get IG into the river here.
All right, how much more? They're going to try to muscle their way through.
It is far.
The Shy sending the ultimate. Okay, they grab this, but look what's happening on the other side. Again, Bin 3 grubs with this Trinity Force and with the Maiden will grab BLG their 3rd tower of the game. They also lose access of mid lane, so even potentially losing the mid tier 2. This is a huge win for BLG moments here. 65, you know, pretty decent. You get a lot of crit chance as well as the flat AD. But as of right now, you were losing a lot of your base. They are now walking into Fog of War. They thought this was their side of the jungle. Cyclone plus Magnet Storm equals Mako and Jeje going down. Rookie might be next. On flashes forward. He hits him with the crash down. He knocks him up, and he's going to bring him down. A triple kill for Elk, and now potentially the Otacon as well for BLG. Knight is instead going to prioritize the wave. This is going to be Otacon taken, and we thought, you know, there's already a gold lead here for BLG. Now they have Thornbound Otacon, which is not only going to give them, you know, the extra explosion after they get a takedown. Dragon put his team on Soul Point. Elk as well here to reinforce his top laner on this wave. BLG look like they can do no wrong here in this series versus Invictus Gaming.
Rookie, though, they're looking for this fight.
Oh, they should have seen him on this teleport. Knight does see him here. He's going to be able to knock him up. The Shy finding Elk potentially. That is a shutdown onto Gala. And Rookie's going to chase Knight out of this side of the jungle.
But BLG have got 3 very strong members still sniffing around here. Maybe Bin looks to just go and take turrets, and the rest of BLG are looking to buy time. The Baron, it's slow. It's Senna and Annie. This DPS is not quick.
Annie is actually trying to find a recall timer, backs up, Knight trying to fly in off of the wings. This is a massive flank. On uses the Magnet Storm, only lands onto one. Knight completely misses the Scion ultimate. JJ's gonna knock and execute the Sylas. This will be the Baron going over. There is no contest as BLG, they simply try to keep Invictus Gaming really interested on this Baron.
Going in, but just wants the turret.
Yeah, take this turret. You've got all this range. You've got a massive HP bar on the Scion. He has 1,700 bonus HP from his Soul Furnace. The Shy is going to take a long time for BLG to kill. Bin's trying to find this. I know that the Shy, if he's able to take down this Maiden, there's something that could be said. There's maybe more to play
engage
for.
on Rookie.
Finds the engage. Rookie is down. Dawning Shadow comes out, but is it enough? Or is it going to be the Knight that eclipses IG? On trying to find something. It's Mako next to fall. Elk is letting it rip with these Mystic shots. And they're going to try to barrel down the mid-wave. It's a teleport from Bin. This might just be the end. Who cares about a soul if you can take another Nexus?
All eyes on Gala here. He has to perform in a 3 versus 5. He's got a Scion for frontline. He's got a Lee Sin to do a little bit of work. But Hullbreaker, the Maiden, there's too many minions.
Oh, they have way too much HP. JJ's trying to get in. The Shy is tanking it, but it is another Nexus turret to fall. IG, can they hold on? It seems like the HP bars and the rest of BLG, they say, look, JJ and the Shy, way too much HP. Maybe there's a play onto Bin. He's going to teleport. He's going to just flash out. There's a Baron being started on the opposite side. How long is the Shy and Rookie going to have to
have
spend?
double TP.
Yeah.
And they're just not going for it. All right. I mean, this is just a win then for BLG. The flash from Bin gets expended, but that is all as IG defending those inhibitor buffed up waves, but
try to get one of these last inhibitor turrets down. Maybe an engage here, but that's an Infinity Edge done for Gala. Maybe it's the Shy getting caught.
Flash ulti blocked by Beituan.
Oh, man. The Shy goes down. That might be the critical pick that BLG need to blow this game open and finish out in a 2-0 to start our series. Now they've got multiple waves crashing.
Eyes on Rookie, your two playmakers. Rookie with the Tibbers, Gala with the Infinity Edge. They need to step up.
Oh my god, Gala. I mean, look, Rookie has now used the ultimate. Tibbers is down. It is Tibbers versus the Maiden. And hey, maybe an animated bear is just not as good as a reanimated wife. On tries to make a play onto Mako. He gets caught out. He is gone. Turret going down here. How much more can BLG get? It's going to be a race, and it's going to be a quick one. BLG, 34.5 minutes in. These games really have been going, and there's so much tankiness, especially between this mid-jungle, and Renata does make this game a lot harder for BLG to play.
Ooh.
Oh, hell. Hey, the Jaios are getting excited. Mako uses the flash, and that's the first blood going over to On. This is exactly what BLG wanted to happen, and IG, they wanted to avoid this. Charm still lands, Gala uses his cleanse, and now the flash comes out. It is all 4 summoner spells gone. Lock shot, and he doesn't have a ranger's focus either, so this is pure damage and a free win. Oh, Gala, all right. 3 Talon strike. Knocked up. There's the handshake. Gala gets knocked up. He gets taken down. Another kill going over to BLG to start.
Well, that early gank is costing him now in the long run. Knight moving over. Smite secured by Beituan.
Okay, red buff. He gets that power. Is he going to be able to escape? There's no flash from Rookie. Phase Rush could have made it a lot more difficult, but we are going to continue to fight. Bin looking for JJ. No stun available. There it is. The Ruthless Predator comes down. Rookie is taken out, and it is a 3-0 start for BLG. Can they get any more, though? The Shy and JJ are going to go forward. JJ almost goes down. It is a trade onto Bin. The Shy is going to get another kill. Trying to see if he can get any more healing from the passive of this Xin Zhao. It'll do much more. Rookie saw him move over for this play. I'm surprised this is not a larger investment to protect the Shy.
They want him.
Yeah, they're just using this. Can he dodge out on the charm? It's going to land by Knight. He's going to get himself, actually trades a kill. God. The Shy says, if you're going to aim for the best top laner, you best not miss. He puts down BLG, and he puts down Bin in this matchup.
You're looking to fight. Fortunately, I think the timing on it has synced up nicely so that they can just take grubs at the same time that the Drake goes down, and with that prio that the Shy has, they should expect to find those without really any concern.
All right. They're taking control of mid-wave. I like what we're seeing coming out from IG's bottom lane. It does mean with Beichuan putting himself towards the bottom side of the map, getting 3 grubs for yourself, especially for the Shy, is exactly what you needed to see. It'll be another plate falling for this Jace. Have to immediately retreat. If he recalls, I feel like it's a massive win for BLG. Engage goes on to JJ. It's going to be the hook. Lands? Okay. Well, now we're just getting every single ultimate. Beichuan makes a snap engage. The Shy's trying to get away. The bounty lands onto Beichuan. And now we'll see BLG move forward. Flash coming on through. Can they find more? Gala falls, and now BLG take full control of the map. They finally found this pick, and maybe they're going to end this off with a single treat onto Mako.
Oh, what is that? Flash shot from Mako here is not good at all. You are definitely dying there, and that flash just seals your is just insult to injury, really. And for BLG, that is the massive turn that they needed. They're not too worried about this game for IG if it goes really late. The scaling on a Ryze, the scaling on an Ashe, definitely very, very solid, and the late game damage from an Ahri, from a Renekton can be a little bit weaker. Do value a Xayah as you move into the late game, though. Want to highlight the fact that Elk could have a mammoth performance on this Xayah, and with the cleanse, the ulti as well has a lot of safety built into his kit. But IG sniffing around in the spot side jungle. JJ may be found.
Oh, they need to be careful. It's the teleport from Knight. Huge engage from On. And it is a hostile takeover that puts 3 people in a tizzy. 2 kills immediately here for BLG. A 3rd one to follow. A 4th one to come on through. It's a triple kill for Bin.
And Bin is running rampant with Knight, running rampant with Beichuan, and just getting every single kill that they needed. Gala's threatened by all of the flanks, the Ahri from one side, a Renekton from another, and he has to run to the high hills.
Has a massive advantage. Same thing with Elk over their counterparts.
Yeah, and I think that this Xayah, again, going to be really tricky to try and get access to.
Oh my god, this is such a great engage coming in, even with JJ finding 2 members. Beichuan and On are just playing on another level versus their counterparts. The investment of the ultimate from Rookie. We're making a re-engage. Goodbye, Mako. Good job with the bailout. We'll see you in the next fight. Knight's going to go forward, and this should be BLG looking to start up this Herald. But a massive shockwave from the Shy.
BLG do bite back. Mako's going to go down, but it's going to secure the Rift Herald off of the Shy and some of those accelerated shock blasts. It's getting a little bit messy here for IG by Bin here. This is 1 versus 1 with TPs not available.
You know, the Shy's getting pretty close to his turret. He'll get access to melee form. Can Bin do it? Can Bin keep going?
That's Flash.
Yeah, it's Flash. He's going to go forward. The Shy knocks him into the turret. At the Shy, he says, thank you very much. But you look at the opposite side of the map, and the Shy has to be a little sadder here as his bot lane duo falls, and now it's going to potentially be at least 1 more turret, whether it's the mid or the bottom lane, is up to BLG.
This game, without the Shy, is 0-11 right now in favor of BLG. Everywhere on the map is crumbling around him. So there is that question mark of whether or not he's strong enough to tango with everybody on BLG, because he is the real only carry left as Knight's TP behind.
Oh my, there it is again, man. On just completely breaks the ankles of IG. JJ finds a massive impale, but it is not enough. The Shy finally gets a reset when they pick up this Rakan, but the entire game is falling to pieces. Invictus Gaming, can they realm warp out? Oh. Yes. That'll be an escape for Mako and for Rookie, but the rest of IG have to watch with gray screens as BLG pick up their 3rd dragon.
And it's yet another skirmish that is started by IG, but it's because BLG have threatened them so heavily. It's a TP from Knight that means they need to go for it. It's On as well, on another level on this Rakan this game.
I think name of the game for Invictus Gaming. What versions of IG are we going to get? Are we going to get the Shy playing at his peak? Feels like this series so far, he's been able to find that 2v2 success that we were wanting to see from them. And that is going to continue to be the case as to the Jekyll and Hyde nature of this super team that is supposed to kind of revolutionize the league.
And yet somehow they're still the team pushing for this bot tier 2.
Okay.
The caught on here, who's going to maybe get away?
No, that's one more auto. Okay, so they'll be able to grab that kill. It's the heal as well from On and a turret, so not all that bad. Exactly what we needed to see, especially with 3 grubs here for Invictus Gaming.
I mean, Vaytron did the majority of this solo. Now he's got a little bit of help from Elk as well. This thing is just going to melt. 2 items for Vaytron, 2 items for the AD carry. Attempt onto Bin here. JJ through the wall, but Vaytron's nearby. On's nearby as well.
Oh, they're making this engage, but look at how much HP Bin has. He can steal so much more, and he gets out alive. Beichuan now here with this Crescent Guard buying so much time, and it is a waste for IG. It is a complete and utter domination here. Rookie does get out, but he literally just took a single bus stop here with the Realm Warp. He's just going to get caught. They thought maybe there's going to be more members to be able to get him out of this. Ben teleported to the top side. It is a smashing BLG, man. We thought this was going to be a close series. They've made it look anything but.
Panicking. If he wasn't in a little bit of a trouble situation, he might have been fine.
He does no damage, bro. He's getting farmed.
Yeah.
It's another turret going down here, and BLG, how much more can they make of this? I want to think about the potential matchup going forward. See here in the LPL.
Catch on to JJ. I mean, you're right, though, Alk, that
The Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and that's just going to be him being able to move on over, move more of the vision forward here for BLG. They're going to try and make this play onto JJ. It's a double impale, but none of his damage members are in the area. That'll be JJ going down, and that should be the Baron being started. Knight flies in over the wall, says thank you for the cleanse, I will be back.
This gaming is that BLG will take this with absolutely no problems. The Shy sniffing, though.
The Shy walks forward. He gets caught. It's a handshake. It's a hostile takeover there. Elk does have to use the Feather Storm. Is the bailout not going to be enough for the Shy? Flash is coming out for multiple members. Teleport here from Knight. He does not have ultimate, but he does have Flash. Realm Warp's going to be able to use for Rookie to escape. The amount of movement speed that Knight is having from Foxfire plus his teleport. On gets caught, finally. Handshake again lands, and Beichuan moves forward uninhibited, unfearful of the opponents, recognizing that IG can do nothing but watch as the game completely crumbles.
Back out onto that map as soon as he respawns, and for BLG here, it's just been a massive series from them, really.
Hell yes, man. I'll jump. You say how high? like I'm here to play. I'm here to win something.
And that's, you know, it's thoroughly on the cards at this point. If they continue with this level of performance, I'll, you know, keep my breath a little bit bated as we wait for them playing up against potentially more scary opponents a little bit later on, right? IG ultimately were a 5th seed, and On's just dead.
On gets caught. Bin flashes forward, trying to find something. The Shy, no bailout. It is a single member getting caught with that impale. And this feels like the death throes here for Invictus Gaming in the upper bracket. A triple kill here coming through for Bin. 2 more members of Invictus Gaming stand between them and a 3-0 and a date with Top Esports.
This should just be the game here. Rookie cannot clear this wave. Mako, no ulti. This should just be BLG signing their ticket to the quarters.
There it is. That is BLG. They'll take down Rookie. They'll send them to the lower bracket. And BLG in the banger versus Invictus Gaming make it look easy as the 4th seed. They make it look clean versus IG. And they'll go on to face Top Esports in 2 days' time.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.